So you want to turn a participant, somebody in a conversation, from a passive consumer into an active participant. You need to make it a conversation. Now, why is this the case? Let me tell you a little bit about the history of screens and appearing on camera so you can understand how we easily get triggered into what I might call some antisocial behaviors when we're on video calls, video conversations, video meetings. Look, think about when, you and I and many other people started looking at screens. It wasn't any kind of conversation. We were being entertained. We were being delivered content, whether it was back in the days of TV when you had to watch exactly what people were showing you. You couldn't pick and choose. But even when, for example, Netflix came along, giving us whatever we want, whenever we want it, it wasn't a conversation with the actors, the performers, the TV people at the other end. We were passive consumers. And even now, in the day of YouTube, where I can make a show, you can make a show, it's still not really a conversation. You're still a passive consumer. And that's a real problem. Because when we show up in a video call with each other, we get triggered into going, okay, look, you do all the work. I'll just passively consume what you have for me. And because I'm here in my own home and you're there in your home or office, that's a little bit antisocial, isn't it? Look, the phone goes both ways. Everybody has to join in. So here's what needs to happen. We have to trigger people into being active contributors rather than passive consumers. We want to make sure we and they don't get triggered when we're on video into antisocial behaviors of some sort. And to do that, we need to add up the risk, the social risk. We need to let people know that we're real live human beings in our real live home or office with real live feelings, and they need to join in and be social with us. So let's look at exactly how to do all of that. So a great way is to let them know that they're welcome, whether it's your work from home office or your office. Just let them know they are welcome into your space. When I say, hey, look, welcome to my home, you're really in my home right now, and I say, have a look over here, I just want you to know this is a real background, it's not a virtual one, not that I have any problem with virtual backgrounds, and we'll talk about that in a moment. But look, this is a real cushion made by my real mum out of my my old Hawaiian shirt collection that was getting a bit threadbare. Look, the moment I let you into my home and I introduce you to my mum and my mum's needlework, don't you notice you now have a bit of a responsibility to me? Do you notice how you lean in just that little bit more? How you think to yourself, this is interesting, I better pay some attention. Well, what I'm doing is triggering your natural social responsibility by letting you know you're in my home and you're kind of meeting my mum as well. Because there isn't a culture on the planet, there isn't a personality really or culture on the planet that when you are invited into their home, they know they have a higher degree of responsibility. When they're introduced to your mum, to your family, or some elements or symbols of that family, they know that they need to be even more polite. They need to engage even more. So make people welcome, let them just that little bit more into your environment, whether it's office or home, make them welcome.